everyone, and welcome back. It's me, Kelly again. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. These days, with Sunny once again at the center of a high-stakes rescue operation, I find myself glued to the screen like I was in my younger years, heart pounding along with every twist. The latest developments involving Britt and little Rocco have me reflecting on how this show has always excelled at blending personal stakes with larger-than-life threats, and this current arc feels particularly charged. When Britt reported his breakthrough to Sunny, I could practically feel the tension crackling through the air. After weeks of dead ends and frustrating leads, Britt finally pinpointed Britt and Rocco hiding out in that secret location. It was such a relief to see Sunny's trusted ally making real progress, especially since we all know how fiercely Sunny protects those he considers family. But of course, nothing on General Hospital stays simple for long. The news that Cullum and the WSB forces are closing in fast turned that moment of hope into something far more urgent. I kept asking myself, will Britt reach them before it's too late? The answer, based on what unfolded, seems to be teetering on a knife's edge, and that uncertainty is exactly what keeps longtime viewers like me coming back episode after episode. The chase sequence that followed was nothing short of breathtaking. Britt pushing forward to get to Britt before she could be dragged back into that deranged science project felt like classic General Hospital action. I've always admired how the show balances these pulse-pounding moments with deeper emotional layers. Britt, as a mother, faces an impossible choice. Keep running to stay free or turn and confront her pursuers to secure a safer future for Rocco. Watching her weigh those options reminded me of so many strong women who have graced Port Charles over the years, women who refuse to be mere victims of circumstance. In my view, this decision point for Britt marks one of the most compelling character developments we've seen in recent years. It differs from some of her earlier storylines where escape seemed the only option. Here, she's showing a maturity and protective instinct that feels fresh and earned. Sunny, true to form, didn't hesitate to mobilize every underground resource he could muster. The international scope of this conflict adds such weight to the proceedings. I've seen Sunny navigate mob wars and personal vendettas countless times, but involving global agencies like the WSB brings a new level of danger that has me genuinely concerned for everyone involved. It proves once again why Sunny remains one of the most magnetic figures on the canvas. His willingness to risk everything for Britt and Rocco speaks volumes about loyalty and found family, themes that have always resonated deeply with me as a viewer who values heart in the midst of chaos. What truly stands out in this storyline is how Britt has stepped up in such a meaningful way. His role in ensuring Britt's safety feels like one of those haunting adjustments the writers love to make, shifting alliances and deepening bonds in ways that surprise even longtime fans like myself. I never expected Britt to become such a pivotal protector here, yet it makes perfect sense given his skills and history with Sunny. When Cullum was ready to open fire, the stakes skyrocketed. I found myself holding my breath, wondering if Britt's quick thinking would be enough. Thankfully, the narrative suggests he will succeed in securing their safety, at least for now. This resolution, or rather the promise of it, feels satisfying while still leaving room for more drama ahead. It's the kind of storytelling that rewards patient viewers who have followed these characters through thick and thin. One thing I particularly appreciate is how this arc highlights the theme of protection across generations. Rocco's presence in all of this adds an innocent urgency that tugs at the heartstrings. As someone who has watched the show evolve over many seasons, I can say with confidence that protecting the children has always been a driving force in Port Charles. Britt's maternal instincts shining through her fear demonstrate real growth. I've had conversations with fellow fans who worry that such storylines can become too dark, but I disagree. The writers handle it with care, balancing peril with hope. It reminds me of past plots where characters faced overwhelming odds yet emerged stronger, often through the support of unexpected allies like Britt. Looking ahead, I can't help but ponder what this means for the larger canvas. Will Sunny's intervention spark even bigger confrontations on an international stage? How will Britt readjust once she's safe, especially with the shadow of that science project still looming? These questions bubble up naturally because the show excels at planting seeds for future payoff. In my opinion, this current direction feels more grounded in character motivation than some of the wilder experiments we've seen in the past. It proves the writers understand what keeps us engaged. Genuine emotional investment mixed with thrilling action. Brick's determination has truly captured my imagination. There's something deeply reassuring about a character who quietly works behind the scenes, yet delivers when it matters most. His breakthrough wasn't just a plot convenience, it felt earned through persistence and clever detective work. I've always enjoyed characters like Brick, who bring competence and reliability to chaotic situations. His success in this mission could reshape dynamics in Port Charles, perhaps strengthening his bond with Sunny in new ways. It's these subtle shifts that make rewatching old episodes alongside new ones so rewarding. Britt's journey, in particular, has me reflecting on resilience. Facing the choice between flight and fight while safeguarding Rocco shows incredible strength. I've seen actresses portray Britt with nuance over time, and this latest chapter allows for even richer exploration. The threat from Cullum felt immediate and terrifying, yet it also underscored the high stakes that make General Hospital so addictive. Knowing Brick stands ready to intervene brings comfort without removing all suspense, a delicate balance the show achieves beautifully. As I sit back after another intense week of episodes, I feel grateful for how this storyline honors the show's legacy while pushing forward. Sunny's resourcefulness, Brick's heroics, and Britt's tough decisions create a tapestry of drama that feels both familiar and excitingly new. The international elements add scope without losing the personal touch that defines the best of General Hospital. I remain optimistic that Brick will indeed secure Britt and Rocco's safety, setting the stage for powerful reunions and perhaps some long overdue confrontations. There's a warmth in knowing these characters continue to fight for what matters. For viewers like me who have invested years in their stories, moments like these reaffirm why we stay loyal. The tension, the heart, and the promise of more revelations keep the flame alive. I look forward to seeing how Britt rebuilds after this ordeal and what role Brick will play moving forward. General Hospital has a way of surprising us just when we think we've seen it all, and this arc is no exception. It's pure soap opera magic, compelling, emotional, and endlessly entertaining. The way the danger escalates with Cullum's forces creates such palpable urgency. Yet, in true General Hospital fashion, it also opens doors for redemption and growth. I believe this will prove to be one of those standout storylines that fans discuss for years, much like classic feuds and rescues from the show's golden eras. Sunny's all-in commitment reassures us that family, blood, or chosen remains the ultimate priority. Brick's involvement adds layers of intrigue and reliability that enhance the narrative beautifully. Britt's protective choices for Rocco highlight motherhood in all its complexity, something many longtime viewers can relate to on a personal level. The way Brick and Jason worked together to save Britt moved me deeply. After Brick's breakthrough in locating their secret hiding spot and the terrifying chase with Cullum's forces closing in, Jason's arrival provided the crucial backup they needed. I kept asking myself during those intense scenes whether Brick could handle it all alone, especially with Cullum ready to open fire. The answer came beautifully through Jason's involvement. Together, they managed to extract Britt and Rocco from immediate peril, proving once more how powerful teamwork and loyalty can be in Port Charles. This partnership highlights one of the most exciting new adjustments the show has made lately, bringing Jason back into the fold in a way that feels organic and heroic. What strikes me most is how this development prevents the crimes of Cullum and Sidwell from spiraling further. Their shadowy plans, tied to that deranged science project threatening Britt, were building towards something truly catastrophic. By intervening decisively, Brick and Jason have disrupted that dark path, yet their success seems to be stirring up a new disaster on the horizon. I find myself both relieved and anxious about what comes next. On one hand, it's heartening to see justice prevailing and Britt protected. On the other, the rising tension suggests that stopping Cullum and Sidwell may unleash even greater complications. Perhaps new enemies or unexpected consequences will emerge from the international fallout. This balance of resolution and fresh danger keeps the story feeling alive and unpredictable. Britt's relief after being saved by Brick and Jason must be immense, especially with Rocco's safety secured. As a mother, she has shown remarkable strength throughout this ordeal, facing impossible choices between running and fighting back. I've always admired characters like Britt who grow through adversity, and this arc allows her to shine. Jason's presence adds another layer of emotional depth. His history with Sunny and the larger canvas makes his role here feel significant and earned. In my view, this team-up between Britt and Jason represents a refreshing shift, moving away from isolated heroics toward collaborative efforts that strengthen the entire community of Port Charles. Sunny, of course, remains the orchestrating force behind the scenes, mobilizing resources that made this rescue possible. His quiet confidence in Britt and Jason reassures me as a viewer that family protection stays at the heart of the show. Yet the prevention of Cullum and Sidwell's schemes, while noble, carries risks of a new catastrophe. I wonder how this will ripple outward. Will it draw more WSB attention or spark revenge plots? These questions make each upcoming episode feel essential. The writers have crafted something special here, blending high-action rescues with thoughtful character moments that reward longtime fans like me.